Over the years, I have been steadily, albeit slowly, constructing items of Southwold Railway rolling stock, and so, during the recent spell of sunny weather, I felt it was time to run a Southwold Railway focused operating session. The loco roster, therefore, comprised my 2 Southwold locos, number 4 Buckley, modelled on Southwold Railway loco number 4 Manning Wardle Wenneston, and number 5 Tarpley, a depiction of the second version of the Southwold Railway Sharp Stewart loco number 1 Southwold. However, I also needed another couple of locos for the copper mine and sand quarry traffic, and so I opted for locos I like to think the Southwold would have welcomed. My Fowlerish loco number 7 Tolmash, and my representation of a 3-foot gauge Hunslet loco number 25 Tattenhall. And so, as the sun rose one April morning, the locos were prepared for their day's labours, and the coaching stock deployed beside the main platform at Beeston Market Station. As copper ore traffic provides the railway with its primary source of income, the priority is for the first empty ore train of the day to be prepared on the exchange sidings. Once the brake van has been attached and the skips withdrawn from the exchange siding, the loco can run round the train and attach the workman's coach to take the workforce down the line to start their day's work. Meanwhile, at the other end of the line, the Hunslet loco has been fired up after spending the night at Peckforton station, and is taking a train of loaded sandhoppers from the quarry up the line to the exchange sidings. There was a sand quarry beside the Southwold Railway, but it never generated this sort of traffic. The ore train has now reached Peckforton station, where copper mine worker George Watson is chatting with station master Willie Shaw, before being picked up and taken off to work. The workforce at the mine is not extensive, but sufficient to fill several trainloads of ore and spoil to be transported away by the railway. In the meantime, back at Beeston Market Station, loco number 5 has emerged from the engine shed and started shunting the wagons needed for the first morning mixed train. Normally, I would use my freight handling computer program to decide which wagons would be attached and where they would be sent. But today, only Southwold wagons were going to be used, and so it was a case of using whatever happened to be in the yard. Shunting operations were paused while the up sand train arrived, making its way deftly to the exchange sidings. In my previous video, you will have seen that Beeston Market Station has recently been completely refurbished, and so the track is at present unballasted, and the platform is nothing more than a temporary bare plank. As I wasn't using my computer program for freight management, I had to resort to a non-computerized method to determine destinations for the wagons, and so the 2 on the die told me that the coal wagon was intended for Beeston Castle Station. The morning mixed could now depart, with Southwold Sharp Stewart loco at its head, hauling a Southwold curved end open wagon, 2 Clemenson 6-wheeled coaches, an ex-Admiralty flat wagon, a Southwold 2-plank open, and a Glyn Valley brake van. To be fair, the Southwold never possessed any brake vans, relying solely on handbrakes on the coaches. Anyway, on its arrival at Beeston Castle Station, the mixed pulls into what is normally the up road on the island platform. This will allow the coal wagon at the head of the train to be shunted off into the down-facing siding, where William France has his coal merchants, thus allowing passengers minimal disturbance. At the same time, an empty 4-plank Southwold Railway open is removed from the siding to be transported back to Beeston Market. With shunting operations now completed, the down mixed can now depart towards Peckforton. The 2-plank open, loaded with barrels, at the rear of the train can wait until the return journey. The down mixed now coasts into Peckforton station. Although no shunting operations are required, it waits until the up ore crosses, on its way to Beeston Market Exchange sidings. The down mixed can now depart towards Buckley, and thence onwards to Bickerton. The up ore also has a clear road to proceed towards Beeston Market via Beeston Castle. With no shunting required at Buckley or Bickerton, we now skip onwards, as the up mixed returns to Beeston Castle, where that 2-plank open is shunted off the train into the up-facing siding at Beeston Brewery. The morning up mixed can now depart Beeston Castle on its way back to Beeston Market. As with the Southwold Railway, passengers are quite happy to wait as trains carry out these shunting manoeuvres. It's a great opportunity to catch up on local gossip. Eventually, the up mixed coasts back into Beeston Market Station. With urgent coal and empty beer barrels having been delivered, the milk in the churns can speed its way off to the local dairy and the cheese factory at Alpram. Loco number 5 has shunted off the wagons from the early mixed and is now waiting its timetable departure with the mid-morning passenger, while Loco number 7 departs with an empty ore train from the exchange sidings. Once the section ahead is clear and its scheduled departure time has arrived, 9:45 based on the Southwold Railway timetable, the down mid-morning passenger can depart. Before shunting operations start for the daily pickup goods, I need to work out where each of the remaining Southwold wagons in the yard will be sent. Once more, my time-honoured, pre-computerised method is used. Loco number 4 is drafted in and shunts the various wagons into the train. Here we see it extracting the short wheelbase Southwold van from the siding to be dispatched to Beeston Brewery at Beeston Castle Station. Further down the line, the down mid-morning passenger is basked in sunlight as it heads towards Beeston Castle Station. While, several miles further down the line, the down ore train is heading towards Buckley Station. Of course, they are nowhere near each other, except in my back garden. Having completed shunting operations at Beeston Market Station, Loco number 4 departs. with a Southwold van, a 4-plank open, a Clemenson 6-wheeled open, a curved end open wagon, and that obligatory Glyn Valley brake van. Its first stop is Beeston Castle Station, where it drops off the 4-plank open wagon loaded with even more coal for William France and Sons coal merchants. Clearly, even in April, the demand for coal is not yet diminished. The pickup goods continues down the line, here passing the River Gowie on its way to Peckforton Station. Of course, on the Southwold, this would be the River Blythe. With no shunting required at Peckforton or Buckley, the pickup goods has a clear run until it reaches the end of the line at Bickerton, where the midday up passenger is waiting to depart. So now we have reached the middle of the day. The up passenger leaves Bickerton Station to make its way back up to Beeston Market Station. The pickup goods has yet to carry out shunting operations and return up the line. See Part 2 for the next thrilling instalment.